Oh, hey, welcome to the Weekend Homestead. This week on the Weekend Homestead, a lot of updates, a lot of different things we can go through. Biggest update right now, working plumbing on the main floor. It's been a long time, but last time we had working plumbing on the main floor, it was September of 2016. Here we are, first week of February, we got working plumbing. Let's take a quick tour of the house. I'll show you what we've done. Turn the fan on. All right, welcome to the Weekend Homestead. Here we are in the bathroom, my other office. Got some updates in here. We've got a working toilet now, which is great. We got plumbing on the first floor. Big updates here in the shower area behind me. The shower has been, the tile work's been started. We've got kind of a slate surround with kind of a smooth sandstone finished tile in here. There'll be a door on here at some point in time. Inside the little cubbies, we've got kind of a little slate accent inside of there. I think that turned out really nice. Something to kind of just break up the pattern on the wall, but hopefully this will get grouted. We'll get the doors on, and I'll actually be able to take a shower at the cabin since September. So, been a lot of updates. We're still waiting on our granite. Our rest of our accessories and everything like that have come in for the walls and so on, so we're trying to figure out like where is the towel rack going to go, hand towels, toilet paper holders, all that kind of stuff. So we're working on that right now. Hopefully our countertops will be in here in the next couple of weeks. We're about the first week of February, and the hope is to have all the rest of the stuff buttoned up by the end of the month. Floors are down and in. We've added doors, so all of our doors are in all the different spaces, which turned out really nice. Let's take a quick walk through the rest of the house and I'll show you what else we have got going on. One big thing you'll notice is a lot of the trim is in the different spaces around the windows, and the boys' room the trim is in. We're just hopefully getting close to getting all the tools out of there. The trim is in around all the doors here. We're in the process of mudding up and puttying all the little holes. All the new doors are in. We kind of went the same pattern that we have in the kitchen, where we've got kind of this grooved pattern here in the panels of the doors and a nice square look, but the pine all kind of ties together. In the master bedroom here, the closet door is jammed out and the trim work is in this space, and that's our closet doors right there. The windows have had their first washing. All the trim work is finished on these. In the master bath, same thing as the other bathroom. Same tile pattern. It was just easier to kind of do the same thing. The bench hopefully will be done. This will all be filled in and grouted and ready to go. And then we'll get the toilet in here in the next week. Get the mirror up. We're going to put a little shim in right here to fill in this gap right along here. Get this thing placed. Again, when the countertops come in, we'll have this going. You'll notice little post-it notes all over the place, just kind of marking out where we're thinking we're going to put the towel ring and like a full-length mirror towel rack, you know, those types of things. So that's all coming together. Our sleeping room here, which is currently the guest room, all the trim has been completed around the windows. The closet doors are on. We're working on getting some different poles, but all the trim is done on those. Carpet's been ordered for the house, so we hope to get that here by the end of the month. In the main space here, a lot of people have been asking kind of a walk through of the kitchen, so I thought I'd come over here and I could show you kind of what's going on with the kitchen. So we went with a galley style entrance on this side, entrance over on the other side. A real simple thing to think about on the kitchen is we wanted to have access to cabinets on the inside here. We wanted access cabinets on the outside wall. The dishwasher is going to be in this location. We added kind of special cabinets like next to the dishwasher. It makes sense to have the garbage can, so that's been moved over here. Underneath the sink here, we added a drawer so we can put all the towels and things like that in there. There's some cabinets with some shelves inside of underneath the sink. Inside of this cabinet, we went a little bit different because we wanted a place for pots and pans. So we had some drawers added to the cabinets. Standard Lazy Susan right here, and then just some storage on the uppers. We did decide to add one more upper cabinet right here, which is on order. Hopefully we'll have it here in the next couple weeks. On this side, we have just 3 cabinets kind of for storage of containers, our space for our microwave, and then added a couple drawers underneath. Nice thing about the drawers is we can store kind of the things that we use in the microwave is the theory. Stove is in, kind of a little bit fancier of a stove, but we got it on closeout, so I couldn't pass it up. Has 2 regular burners on this side. In the middle here, it has one elongated burner that we can use for griddles. It's got an ultra heat burner, which is for big, large stock pots, maybe boiling things like maple syrup down, that kind of stuff. And then a simmering burner in the back. And then it's got 2 ovens, one on the top here, which is a standard oven with a broiler underneath. And then the bottom one here is a convection oven with just standard options also. Went a little bit fancier than we normally would on a stove, but like I said, I got it on closeout and it was a killer deal. I mean, almost $600 off the stove, so I couldn't pass it up. This cabinet has some stand-up pieces where we can stand like cookie sheets and pans. Got this on Amazon actually, same thing on closeout. This is the cooktop, and the fan is, you know, really quiet normally, but then you turn it on ultra mode and basically, you know, pull the shirt right off you. Refrigerator, went with a little bit smaller of a refrigerator, but it works good in the space. Freezer on the bottom, and then just standard storage on the top. Nice thing is things like the refrigerator, the stove, the vent, all run off of the Generic, so then we have the ability to run this all if the power goes out, which is nice. Other updates, getting the tops in and finished, getting put together. The trim work around the window there is complete, and that's good. Our log work around the doors, we went with a log finish kind of trim around some of the main doors and openings. So the back door here, the door on the around between the sunroom and the house, and then the front door. And then this space was getting finished out. We have our wood stove. I burned it yesterday for the first time. It was great. We went with a little bit different design. I had a different one in here originally, and it was a great stove. And this is actually the same thing. The difference is the model that we had before had the pipe coming out of the top. This one gives you an option to have it out of the top or out of the back. And I thought being able to push the stove pipe back a little bit further would give it a little bit nicer look in the room. The other thing is this nice flat top here. We'll probably get a steamer. You could actually cook stuff up on the top of this. It's kind of nice. So cool little thing. I'll go through this stove at some point in time, but it has a lot of nice little features. You know, it's not gigantic, so it's not going to produce mountains of heat, but we'll put out enough heat to heat this space. So if we ever needed to, for whatever reason, get some auxiliary heat out in this space, this works really well. All the stonework out here is all finished up and everything's done, so that's looking good. We got one last update here. We'll head downstairs and I'll show you what it is. So this may not look like much, but up on the top here, we had the whole rim joist of the house spray foamed. I got a really good deal to have somebody come out and do it. They did it this weekend and it turned out great. If you're ever in the process of remodeling an old home, one of the things that I suggest everybody take a look at is how to incorporate something like spray foam into the house. We had all sorts of gaps, spaces between the block and the wood, spaces between around where the old windows were. This process was super easy. We got everything cleared out. We taped off everything up on the top up here so we wouldn't have overspray. We covered everything in the basement. The guys came in, and I'm serious, they were probably here for maybe an hour at tops. They basically come in with a special machine. They spray up in the openings up here and went along with a little ladder and just sprayed the entire thing all the way around. Now this does a couple things for us. First thing it does is it seals up the basement and adds a significant R value to the rim joist around the top of the house. Normally it's just a 2x4 there with some insulation stuffed in it, but unfortunately as time goes along, mice get into it, bugs get into it, they chew it up, they destroy it. This stuff, a mouse will not chew through this, bugs will not get through this. The idea is to seal it up. So one, keep the weather out, two, keep the insects and the mice out, and three, cover all the drafts and the holes and things like that down here. For me to come along and fill every little hole and crack around the rim joist around the entire basement here would almost be impossible. Have these guys come in with their machine and fill it up. I mean, it was simple. I think we had the entire basement done here for about $500. When you're doing a remodel on an older home, something to think about. Easy way to add insulation to areas that are tight spaces and get a great result out of it. So that's it. That's our update. A real quick one this week. Just got a lot of things going on. My hope is to have a couple more updates here in the next couple weeks as we get this finished. And then I'm going to do a kind of before and after tour of the entire place, showing kind of where we started from and where we're going. If you're new to this video series, there's a link up on the screen at the end that'll take you to a playlist which will take you all the way back to September of 2016 so you can see what we did along the way if you're interested. Otherwise, subscribe to the channel and we'll have some other stuff coming out down the road. This is one of the projects we have out here. I plan to have some homesteading projects, some ATV trails, getting ready for hunting season, getting out and doing some spring mushroom hunting, those types of things. And just some general outdoor family fun stuff. I don't want the channel to just be about the remodel series. This was just one of the projects we did. As you saw in a video that we did a week ago, we had the brush forestry mulcher out here kind of doing some trail work and ATV work. We've had some outdoor hikes in the wintertime, and we plan on doing a lot more of that, especially with maple syrup season coming up here in the next couple of weeks. For any of you who have sent things up to the Weekend Homestead, thank you very much for it. We've gotten a number of packages here in the last couple weeks. I hope to have a sit down here in the next week when everything starts slowing down, that I can go through kind of a mail time and go through some of the cool things we've gotten. So anybody who sent stuff up, thank you very much. Very, very cool stuff. Thanks for coming along. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down in the comment section below. Your comments, your feedback really is helpful. Some people had some different ideas on what we could do in the house here. Some people have had some questions about, hey, why did you do this? Or, can you go through this as part of the remodel a little bit more in detail? So if you do have any things that you want me to cover or things that you have questions on, leave them down below and I'll definitely be covering them in future videos. Thanks for watching.